It just keeps getting better and better. Oh, what's going on with you YouTube? Jumpman Chris here. We come back at y'all with another vid. Now, today's going to be another discussion video about, I made a video a couple weeks ago about the whole threshold, the new law that's going on, is if with any $600 threshold transactions in any account, you would have to claim it to the IRS. Or it was selling things like on eBay, StockX, so on and so forth. The old threshold used to be $20,000 in 200 transactions. This law, to me, I felt like that was just for new entrepreneurs, to where like they were just starting their business, helping them out. Like, don't worry about it. You don't have to tax that. Get your, your money up and get your business up. And then once you surpass 20,000, because at the end of the day, 20,000 a year for a business, it's not a lot. Nowadays, with the new law that's going on, they're gonna pass it now, and it's gonna be $600 threshold, not just $600. Like one item. No, it's a whole threshold. So whatever you make throughout the whole year, if it's over $600, you're gonna have to report it, and that's not that much. Now, the new law I'm hearing is this. I think a lot of people are trying to go through a lot of loopholes, a lot of red tape. Like, what about a lot of times what I've been using a lot lately is Venmo, Cashapp, and so on and so forth, especially for online business. Was huge. I use Cashapp and Venmo on a daily basis, not just with business. Anyways, just like, hey, we went to dinner or lunch with some friends or something. Like, hey, we don't have cash. You got one bill, okay? Just Venmo me the half of it or something like that. Every time, or we go on an Uber or something like that, and we're like, yo, I'll give you Venmo here. I'll send you $30 here or there or something like that. Just always just some kind of cash transaction, and I always use Venmo or Cashapp, but nowadays, they are trying to get to the law. This article here that I read, I think they're passing this law for 2022. If any transaction threshold of $600, yes, you are going to get taxed on via Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. You think about $600 transactions, a threshold of $600 is not a lot out there, guys. I mean, that's just, if you think about it, that's like 2 pairs of shoes. That's like maybe couple dinners here and there, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a lot. So whatever you move, whatever transaction comes into the account of $600 threshold, you're gonna have to claim it on your taxes, and that's gonna be heavy, because there's millions and millions of people that use Venmo and Cash App all the time, just for like, hey, for example, kids on go to college, parents like, all right, here's $100, here's $200, do. And same thing, like if you go out to eat, buddy's covering the check, like, oh, I got you, let me send you some Venmo, $30, I got no cash on me, because this day and age, like, not many people really carry cash around like that anymore. Like a lot of this stuff is all digital. That's what we were built for the past few years now. We've been doing a lot of digital movement, and that's what the area that we've been going for. Like a lot of movies and everything else is all digital, and so is money too as well. It's all digital. I don't know how this is all gonna go. It sounds really bad. This will actually hurt a lot of just early entrepreneurs as well, not just resellers. Like, I know a lot of resellers, like, especially if I were to sell something on like via Venmo or online or something like that, I just say, hey, send my Venmo. Or same with me, if I'm buying something, like, yo, let me get that, ship it over, I'll send you Venmo or Cash App, just some of the case like that. I can't just mail in cash. That's now with the 600 threshold, man, people's moving is gonna be a little different. I wonder why. See, I knew this was gonna happen, y'all. I knew this was gonna happen. You think those stimmy checks was free, y'all? Like, I'm telling you, you think those stimmies was free that we were getting early this year? No, we gotta pay that back. Like, that stuff was not free. So now they're eating into the pockets of, like, this is, to me, is more for the working class. I don't want to get into that, but I'm just saying, like, this hurts a lot of early new entrepreneurs nowadays. Because, like, how are people nowadays gonna start a business, and now that the government just wants all that money back? Like, they just want that tax and whatever you make. You can't make. Sometimes these entrepreneurs or new businesses, they just usually their first few years, they don't even really make money. They just break even. So that's why the old law was helping these new businesses and new entrepreneurs out. I wonder how they're gonna do it. I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, it's gonna be mainly be cash only or local only. Easy out there, man, because a lot of times nowadays, a lot of people don't want to meet up locally or anywhere else. I mean, a lot of businesses is online. Like, that is a lot of people's bread is online. And trust me, I get it. if you were to make that money, yes, you're supposed to claim it. Yes, 100%. You got to claim all your stuff. That's a $20,000 and $200 transaction. So yeah, before, even when I first started on YouTube, I didn't make that much money on YouTube. So that, 20,000 and 200 transaction, like I usually was pretty good. Like I didn't have to pay too much craziness. The new law is very, very vague. I'm not sure how it's exactly gonna be. Like, is it like just a transaction, or is it gonna be like how it is with PayPal with friends and family? Like, will Venmo and Cash App have a goods and service and a friends and family? So usually friends and family, like just like Venmo, like, hey, I'm giving my homies, like, yo, here's pay for Uber or dinner or some of that, like, here's $30 or some of that, and it just kind of builds up. Will they still tax that, or will they like, oh, this is goods and service, this is a business, then they'll tax you on that? Like I said, a lot of business nowadays, they starting to use Venmo and Cash App, especially I know a lot of like like hair and nail techs, barbershop, stuff like that, etc., etc. But I'm just saying, like, how are they gonna start taxing the Venmo and the Cash App? How are they gonna start doing that? Will there be a goods and service? Will there be a friends and family? Will they be able to separate it? Like that's where it gets kind of blurry. I'm hoping they can start to clear that out. We haven't got any emails yet. Like I said, they just passed a law. We're just going to wait and see how it exactly goes. But yeah, it's gonna, oh my god, it's gonna be such a mess. To give you guys a huge advice, guys, like seriously, especially anyone out there, and it's gonna just even if you're not taking this serious, it's good to be prepared. First of all, guys, I would highly recommend everyone to get a CPA or an accountant. 100%, definitely get a CPA and an accountant. And if you want to really do this, like if you want to start this reselling business and you really want to get into it, definitely 100%, you guys got to get an LLC. 100%. It's super easy to do. Talk to your accountant. He'll set it all up for you. Once you get an LLC, you're going to be able to write things off. So with everything that moves with reselling business, like Venmo and Cash App, whatever it is, you're going to be able to write everything off. Because like I said, if you move things in Venmo and Cash App, let's just say you had, I'm just throwing a number out there, if you put in 5,000 in your Venmo and stuff like that, they're going to think that you made $5,000 in that Venmo. So you're going to have to pay that all back. Like, you're going to pay the full amount. But if you write things off, like, oh, this account, I had to buy some shoes to go here for this business, or, trips and so on and so forth, you're not going to have to pay the full 5,000. Instead of that 5,000, your profit turns into, like, I'll just put a number, like 1,000 or 2,000. So you only have to pay that much. And of course, yes, you want to keep track of everything. Every month, have a day to where you track something every month. From month to month to month. That's how I organize it. You guys can do whatever you want. Maybe towards the end of the year, you just want to go all in. That's up to you guys. But every month, keep track. And I just want to let you know. Like, for instance, I have all my papers here, all my transaction, everything. Like, see? Foot Locker, everything. Everything you wanted to start your business that costs you money, you want to keep track of it. So that way you can write off in case if something happens. You can prove that, yo, this is what I had to spend to make it this certain amount. All right, whenever you guys go to like a sneaker con or sneaker event or some of that, your flight, that can be written off. The food that you eat at the at different cities because you're out and about, that could be written off. Your inventory, that can be written off. Any YouTubers out there, the camera, stuff like that, right, can be written off. Just everything that you use for your business can be written off. That's just a little examples. There's just so much out there. So that's why I highly recommend you guys to get an accountant or a CPA. So that way that he can help you out, because there's a lot of things too that I learned, like mileage, cell phone bill, because you gotta use your phone, the square inch of your house, your office, whatever the case, whatever you gotta use, just talk to your CPA. They will get you all hooked up. They'll try to get everything ready for you guys, so that way nothing crazy happens towards the end of the year, or in case you guys get audited or something like that. God, I can't believe this law actually passed with the whole Venmo and Cash App and Zelle. Like, that's crazy to me, y'all. Like, this, I don't know, because to me, the way I look at it is like this. I see both ways. Yes, I do see businesses starting to use Cash App and Venmo quite a bit now, but that's just like cash transaction. But there's also that case, if I want to put on this side, is like, yo, a lot of people just use Cash App and Venmo as in like, like borrow some money here and there, or people are like, hey, oh, people are like some roommates out there, like, yo, I'll pay this rent month and then just Venmo me this much. That happens quite a bit. So would that get taxed? You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get taxed for going out to eat, to dinner? Like, Come on, man, we gotta do better. Like I said, man, I knew this was gonna happen. You think those stimmy checks was free during the year? No, they're trying to make that money back. That was not free. That's why everything is going up. Okay, I'm kind of thinking about going back to my old job, man, for real. You guys haven't noticed during COVID, I know a lot of people left the workforces. Now they're their own entrepreneur now. Like, what do you guys expect us to do? You know, a lot of people left the workforce so we can do our own thing now, because we couldn't rely on all that stuff because you shut us all down. We couldn't make bread for like almost half a year or more than that, and then, you know, we had to do our own thing. We had to make our own money, and now they wanted taxes on it. Like, that's crazy to me. I feel about it, you know, it is what it is. I think this is at the time we're just gonna have to deal with it, and we're just gonna have to see how things go. Hopefully things change. Like I said, I think this is the new law now. They definitely pushed it out. They were wanting this. I think Biden was wanting this. Like, I don't even want to talk about that right now. With this, you know, this is gonna hurt a lot on like a lot of resellers, or this is gonna make moves a little different. Like, I think like probably sneaker events is probably gonna be a lot of people's main hustle. You know, if you think about it, because there's gonna be a lot of cash transaction. A lot of people go to sneaker events, you know, to sell shoes, and a lot of cash be dealing out here and there. But there are some people that use Venmo and Cashapp. I get it, you know, especially me. I think sneaker events gonna be popping, or local sales gonna start be popping a lot more, because people is gonna want to start to just do more cash transaction. And that's, to me, I don't know how you feel about that. I don't like to do local meetups, you know, like meet someone random. To me, that's always, I feel a little iffy about that. But if you guys are comfortable with it, cool. I never recommend it unless, like, you know, it's someone that I know. Like, I like to meet people that I actually know, and like, I don't like to meet someone random from like OfferUp. To me, that's always kind of sketch, you know. I just hear and see too many crazy things for me to, like, you know, risk it, you know. Me personally, I don't feel comfortable with it. But if you guys are cool with it, you know, just be safe, guys. I tell you guys how to, like, you know, beat the system. I don't think there is any way to beat the system, guys. I think we're just gonna have to just bite the bullet and just do it, you know. And this is how it's gonna push out a lot of these like smaller resellers out there, and just smaller entrepreneurs out too as well, like smaller business. They're gonna push a lot of people out. And it's gonna be mainly like the strong out there to survive. Like, people that's been paying taxes on resale and stuff like that, they're not gonna worry about this. They're like, we've been doing this, so it's not gonna be a problem. That's like me. Like, I've been doing this, so I've had a CPA, so I've been writing things off. I've been, you know, paying the taxes. You know, I know what the gig is. But nowadays, they're really trying to get everything. And I think the younger people out there, or the up and coming people out there, it's starting to push a lot of people away. You know, so. Hey, but that's how it used to be, how it was when we were trying to make this hustle, man. A lot of people's side hustles became their main hustle. But I don't know, we might have to get back to the workforce. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much in the video, guys. I just want to have this little discussion video. A lot of people has been hitting me up about this, you know. I just tell people this is just like, look, man, just be prepared. It just is what it is, guys. Nothing we can really do about it. The law's the law. You know, can't beat it, y'all. Just gotta work with it, you know. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Stay tuned. I will have that sneaker exit event coming up. I will be down in Tampa this weekend for Sneaker Travelers. So if you guys gonna come through to the event, make sure you guys check it out. I'll see you guys there in Tampa Bay, Florida. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. If you guys don't mind, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Comment down below, and please hit the bell for all the notifications when I do drop vids. And don't forget to follow me on my social media at JumpinChris on IG, sometimes on Twitter, and don't forget Snapchat. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm Jumpin' Chris. Peace.